Sweet.
All right. We are freed from our, silence, silent little chambers, I guess. We're quarantined right now, but that's okay because we've got a great guest today. I don't know if you noticed, but we got Pan here. Yeah. Oh, well, what's that? Oh, well, he's in the Hall of Ferraris right now. If he could, direct his attention towards the screen where everybody wants to talk to him instead of, lusting after the cars behind him, I don't understand. But
so, hey guys, how are you?
Hey!
The organizer.
There it is.
Good
start.
Welcome, buddy. Yeah. So you guys,
thanks for having me on the show.
The live Q&A with Pan, the organizer here. Pan was nice enough to come on and be a part of this, help answer all your detailing questions, and hang out with us because
that's right.
Perfect. We're all just hanging out anyway at home. Why not hang out with some friends?
Exactly. So, I tried to get all my cars clean in the background to make it look good. So sorry.
Appreciate you taking that time to do that. It looked like it took you most of the day, so I totally understand. So just catching up, Pan, how has this quarantine been treating you?
Oh God. Well, first of all, this is the quarantine hair. It's ridiculous, out of control. I don't know. It's not fun. The thank God for YouTube, we can still create content. But I mean, at least here in Montreal, Canada, everything's completely shut down. You can't go out of your house. It's basically the essentials. So grocery stores, pharmacies, hospitals, that's pretty much it. Drive-through restaurants, but every other store is closed. It's been over a month and a week now almost that we're in full lockdown. So nothing's moving, nothing's going on. Economy is at a full stop. We're really feeling it. It's really, really tough. There's so much you can do. I mean, I think I've cleaned the house 50 times. I probably clean my car every 2 days. You take walks outside, try to enjoy nature. But I mean, Netflix binging nonstop. I've been through pretty much every TV series I can think of recently.
You're running out now.
Yeah, we're running out of options. Hopefully the government decides to start things up again soon. They were speaking about early May, but I don't see how that's going to happen. We've been quite affected, not as much as in the US because you guys are a way bigger population, but on our scale, we've been hit a lot.
Well, glad you're okay. And, that's the important part is just looking out for each other. And I mean, that's why we're doing this. It's got to happen this way so that we can minimize the impact, right? So
how are things in Boise? Right. Same thing? Is it full lockdown?
Boise's kind of funny because you'd look outside and you'd swear it was just a regular Sunday. People are out driving around and walking and stuff, but it is milder than normal.
Yeah.
But it feels just like a Sunday afternoon as opposed to a weekday is all it seems.
Yeah, the traffic's much lighter. We just got in the news. We had a lady who went and tore down some caution tape at a playground so that her kids could play on it. The police came, told her, please don't do that. She told them, well, you can arrest me. So they arrested her.
She taunted them for a while until they finally did it. And it's like, okay.
And the point is like the park was open and they could go to the park, but they couldn't play on the playground equipment because none of that had been sanitized.
Yeah.
And hadn't been cleaned. And so that was the point of it. So the city has gone around and put caution tape on all playground equipment, whether it's in a school property or in a public playground. And part of the stay-at-home order is stating that, parks are open, but you just can't play on the playground equipment.
Yep.
The bathrooms are closed. The drinking fountains are turned off. They're trying to limit the number of contact points, but you can still go take your Frisbee, go play in the park or have a picnic or whatever you want to do. You can go do that. But these ladies took it to a different level by tearing down and completely ignoring it, and then got upset when the police told them, "You guys are breaking the law. Like you're actually breaking the law, and trespassing here." And they were they're like, "You're arresting me for being in the park." It's like, no, that's not why we're.
And that's not it. But she apparently has a little bit of a history of being a agitator, we'll say.
So that's been going on. But but same thing. Yeah, restaurants and bars are closed. We do have grocery stores and things like that. I think the mall is open, but some of the stores have closed. They've closed some things so people can go walk the mall if people want to and hang out inside, but it's not. Again, they're just trying to limit the number of touch points and meeting places that people can hang out in. But the schools are also closed, but still open. So we're one of 9 or 10 states where they've decided to keep the schools active online for another 5 weeks, which is very strange and odd. And a lot of teachers are very upset about it because 40 other states basically just canceled school, period. So, we have to deal with that. So
I can see that Elvis Nick asked if, hey, Pan, would somebody arrest you if you were to go outside? Tickets or fines? Well, arrest, they could, but yes, ticketing, it's been happening. Group gatherings, if people group up in homes, like I saw, there was a news article about, I think, a group of 8 teenagers who had kind of a little party where they were fined $8,000 for that party.
Wow.
They don't
Holy smokes.
The police is
that's
authorized
crazy.
to do checkups in homes if they believe you to be breaking the law. So yeah, they're really, really strict and really serious about this.
Yeah, I've been seeing folks backing up their SUVs in a park or in a playground or just a parking lot, and then they open up the backs of their SUVs and they all just hang out in them and sit in they build like a circle. They circle the wagon, so to speak, and hang out and chat, and that's how they're still getting together and hanging out. But it's they're practicing their distancing. But yeah, they're talking about reopening in Idaho in the next couple of weeks, and that's the same kind of thing, just figuring out best course of action on how that's going to work. But
hey, I see we have viewers even from Greece. Konstantinos, hello from Greece.
Nice.
Well, let me say hi to the Greek viewers. Tiganete only says Tedaxi. And what's the other? Yes, we have Danny that's asking, Pan, you are such a good presenter and sharing your experience in video. Thank you. How do you like going live? Is this your second live show? I have done, I think, podcast with you guys before, but yesterday, was the first live stream on YouTube on my channel. So that was like a crazy experience. And
hopefully
today,
it went well.
This would be my second live stream with Zoom. And so yeah, I've been enjoying the experience. It's way different talking to people live than making a pre-recorded video and responding to comments afterwards. So it's a different dynamic. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start at the top and we'll work our way down.
Yeah. Spirit Zero. Hey, you remember that time Pan drank Beadmaker? Man, those were the days. That was a really funny video opening you did.
Yeah, I tried. Sometimes that a touch of humor into the videos is always nice.
Yeah, that was a good one. Car detailing by Pat Inc. Anthony, do you have a beater for the winter that you can drive? Question mark.
He says that like he doesn't know the Civic exists.
No, I think that Pat knows that the Civic has become really nice, and I think that he's asking that for that reason. But no, I don't have a beater yet. I mean, it was a beater at one time. It's not a beater anymore, I guess. So I might have to look into getting another beater. I happen to know a guy that goes through quite a few of them, so I might have him source one for me. He's actually in this Q&A right now.
I don't know if you want one of his.
Oh no, I'll hook you up with a sweet Montero. Just you wait. Get you through any kind of winter traffic. That's right.
Dane's gonna have to get a dealer's license here pretty soon. He's bought and sold so many cars this year. They're gonna come for you, buddy.
Well, moving down the line.
Danny Israel. Hey, welcome to the Q&A, Pan. Our toddler loves watching you.
Oh.
Aaron's so-called life. Pan, the organizer, is in the live stream. Woot woot.
That's right.
Tug Bankert. By the way, Pan, the Canadians aren't the only ones who love it when you stretch out your name. Americans love it too.
Oh, do they? That's been a thing that I noticed. Like the French audience love it when I stretch out the pan forever. And I'm never sure with the English speaking folks. Like some love it, some don't. I know it's hard to please everybody when you have an audience. So
guaranteed you won't. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
No, it can be tough, but you do your best.
Yeah.
I'm breaking in a new pair of motorcycle gloves is what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
And
that's what it's called.
So I'm doing what's it called? Calisthenics? No, it's not. It's not called that.
That's normal exercise.
He's doing hand kegels.
Well, yeah. Under my desk, I'm doing things with my hands that you guys can't see. So
I don't know if I want to know that. Testing out new gloves.
Oh no.
I'm sure of it.
Anyway.
The master of shine has graced his presence. He says, "Oh yes." Future prison. Hey, what's up, Pan? It's time for another Wait a minute. Hello, TRC family. And
hello.
All day, Anthony also graced us with his presence. Pan, the organizer.
It had to be said.
Job. Nice. Solo details. Hey guys from Stansted, Quebec, Canada. Salute, Pan. Quick question for you guys. Sea quartz or gloss coat on satin black wheels. Will they become glossy? Yes and no. If you polish those satin black wheels prior to applying your coating, yes, they will get glossy. But just putting a coating on, you're going to get a change in the sheen, but it's not going to be overly glossy.
Exactly.
It would be just a deeper look is what it would be, especially on like a satin
little
black.
more lighty,
it would be just
like light reflection.
It's not thick enough to change
a richer look.
Yeah. Yep. Richer look. Mike Spina from Montreal, Quebec. Awesome. That's all he wrote. Solo details. I would like to try to use up remaining product. Remaining product before it goes bad. Yeah, I would. Do it on all kinds of stuff, dude. Air compressors, equipment. I have a meat freezer that I'm working on. I would coat that in a heartbeat. Jacob Ezel, what is your all-time favorite top coat and why? It's hard to beat Beadmaker, Jacob, in my opinion. Pan, Anthony, Morgan?
For me, just for the versatility too, slickness and gloss, Beadmaker is like, I mean, I don't know what more to say. The versatility of applying it on a paint sealant, on a wax, or on a ceramic coating just removes all of the guess behind it. But I also have to say, for people who have ceramic coatings, the OptiCoat Hyper Seal is some good stuff. The equivalent to Optimum OptiSeal. That's pretty good too. I mean, there are a lot of companies who make great toppers now, and I mean, they're all getting super good at the game. If you want something that looks more long-term durability, and as far as is more like a coating for application, something like CarPro Gliss, the new version, that one is very, very good too. Exo V4 from G Technique, fantastic too. So those would probably be my 3 or 4 go-tos.
What about you, Anthony?
Mine, I have what is it, 3? I have 3 probably favorites. So I'd probably say obviously Beadmaker is on the list. I would say that like Pan said, Optimum Hyper Seal is another just fantastic product. And then Woe's Quick Detailer. I think between those 3, in terms of gloss and slickness, I mean, they're pretty much, they're the top of their game. So
hey, by the way, Anthony, while you're there, and Levi too, I know we spoke a bit there, and I tested the Woe's line of products. I want to congratulate you guys live. Not many people know, but we know that Woe's is fantastic. But both of you had a huge involvement in developing that new lineup, and this is like no small feat, honestly. You went ahead, and I think the owner and chemist of Woe's was like nice enough to let you guys really come in and give your own feedback. And I know you tested for like way beyond a year. For people who don't know everything that goes on behind a full lineup, you guys did a revamp from A to Z, and it turned out pretty good. I was quite impressed, and so I wanted to give you guys a thumbs up, because fantastic job, man. It's nice to see 2 guys who are passionate about things, and I know you both are. And you brought your own twist to the game, and it surely paid out.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
No, it's nice to hear that.
That was 18 months of a lot of arguing and trying to come to an agreement on whether something was technically ready or not. But yeah, it was it definitely was a labor of love and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for us to get that
So let me pick your brains now that you're there. And since you guys had so much input into creating the brand, if Levi can go first and then Anthony, what is, if you had to pick one product that is your baby in that lineup, which one is it for each one of you guys?
Well, I didn't technically, like, I didn't have a baby, but my favorite was my two favorites that I feel like I really kind of loved the most was the interior finisher, because that's what made me fall in love with the line and see the potential in the rest of the line that there could be once we got it, because interior finisher was so good. And then the other one that I really, really, really like, that I liked from the start and kind of had to, wiggle out the best way we could towards the end, was tire restore.
Okay.
And those were probably my two favorites. And then I know Anthony does have a baby that
so
he loves the most. He kind of took that one.
I could see the smile on the face.
Well, no, so my baby was the quick detailer. That was the one that, I'll be honest, when the first formula, I didn't like it.
Not showstopper, right?
No, not showstopper.
Quick detailer.
Yeah, not quick detailer. Yeah.
So the quick detailer, the first version of that, it actually was pink at one time. It was pink and smelled like, best way to put it is like a masculine bubble gum. It smelled like almost like somebody mixed cologne and bubble gum together, which most people would think that I would love that.
Doesn't quite sound right though.
Yeah, the smell wasn't necessarily bad. It was just the product was too thick. It didn't spread evenly. It did streak. It was almost too thick. And in terms of gloss and in terms of slickness, it just wasn't there. It didn't have the slickness that I was looking for. And basically, with that quick detailer, I basically told Fraser, the chemist, I said, hey, the new standard for everything going forward from here in terms of slickness is going to be on that level of C2V3 and Beadmaker. And I said that it has to be slicker or as slick as these products. And I also said that in terms of the depth and the gloss that you have, I want the same effect that Showstopper would have into Quick Detailer as a standalone product. And it's a lot to ask for. It really was. And I could tell that, Fraser was pulling out his hair for that whole process. He was
he would send a product, Anthony would try it, and he's like, what do you think? And Anthony's like, nope. And he'd have a week later, he'd have another batch to try, and same thing. Anthony's like, you're close, but you're missing this, name off stuff. And
Anthony is tough but fair, but I don't think he gets enough credit for being as critical an eye as he really has, because he really does isolate exactly what needs to happen.
Well,
I like that. It makes people work harder to get to the final result. Yeah.
Well, and in terms of Quick Detailer, right? I wanted to kind of change the definition of Quick Detailer, right? I mean, everybody in their mind, Quick Detailer, we've been trained that Quick Detailers are something that will temporarily add slickness. They will add a little bit of shine, right? But the idea behind them since the beginning, since the early 2000s, is that a Quick Detailer was something that you would use to remove light dust, right? It basically would add lubrication, but most Quick Detailers were wax-based products, so basically any standard Quick Detailer, if you look at the bottom of it, you're going to have some residual residue from the wax that is within that. So basically you would think about it as being a very watered down version of a carnauba wax. It is what it was. Some of them had some polymers, some of them that were a little bit fancier. So for example, like the Optimum's Quick Detailer was all polymer based. It was good, had no wax in it, and it was a good product. But basically I wanted to emphasize on that. I wanted to say, hey, I really want you to tap into that German polymer technology, for those German polymers that you're putting in all the WOA's products. And I really want you to, take wax out of the equation and really create a new standardized Quick Detailer that can be used as a drying aid, that can be used as a light dust remover, but ultimately something that is going to make your car look better, better every single time. Like, I don't want something that's going to just clean and kind of enhance the shine. I want something that is going to drastically improve the appearance of that, as a Quick Detailer should do. I really want
ceramic coatings, waxes, sealants, everything.
Yes, all of that. And so, and that's where we find that the WOA's Quick Detailer on its own has protection properties to it. And so by design, I told Frazier, I said, I would like to have at least 1 month of protection out of the quick detailer on its own, because I feel like that is just raising the bar of quick detailers. Most quick detailers will have hydrophobic properties for about, anywhere from a week, maybe to a week and a half. Some will even
like
get
a
to
week
2
or
weeks.
2.
But basically, I set another standard of protection, which I took from BSD, which is Brilliant Shine Detailer from Sonax, because I like the protection properties that it had. And I said I wanted to emphasize that. And so basically, we were able to take parts from existing pieces in the WOWO's line in terms of protection, gloss. So if you think about it, WOWO's Quick Detailer is a baby version of the crystal sealant, in terms of having the polymers in there to actually help lock it in, and then Showstopper, the shine from that, and then ultimately the slickness. I have to give that to Frazier, because he was able to exceed my expectations in terms of slickness. And we had a Viper in the studio today that we were doing a photo shoot with, and I had a guy get his first impression of Quick Detailer. He'd never used it. And I said, hey, I want you just to try this. So he sprayed a panel, wiped it, and then I said, well, what do you think? He's like, he's like, I like it. It feels good. And I said, well, feel the paint now. So he felt the paint. And then about 5 minutes had passed. I said, hey, go fill that same paint again that you sprayed earlier. And it gets slicker. So it does get slicker with time. That WOWO's Quick Detailer has a cure time of about an hour. Basically it'll reach its ultimate slickness. And we did a lot of blind testing. You guys know how much I love Beadmaker. We did 50-50s with every single employee of the rag company, with Beadmaker on one side and Quick Detailer on the other. And out of all 30 people that felt the panel, 25 of those 30 preferred the slickness of the Quick Detailer over Beadmaker. And again, I love Beadmaker. We sell more Beadmaker than anybody.
We sell
than
anybody in the world.
It's one of my top 3 favorite products in existence. But I think that this is one that we just put a lot of work into and finally locked it in.
Well,
and then
and
second to that, so I'll just end it. Basically, my babies were that, and then the interior cleaner. I wanted something that was a one-stop shop for all interior use, because I'm a big fan of the Griot's interior cleaner. I like the fact that you can use it on pretty much every single thing on an interior, and make it simple and easy. Everything from your carpet, your fabric, to your leather, to your dash, to your plastics, and actually clean and actually do a good job.
And then it plays nice with finisher.
And we were able to dial in the scent. And what it kind of does is, using the interior cleaner before the interior finisher, basically creates a new level playing field for interior finisher to basically kind of settle on the surface, right? So basically you're cleaning it. It'd be kind of like doing a coating, right? Like you've paint prepped and now you've laid your coating down. Same kind of concept with interior cleaner, interior finisher, and the smell combination of those both are just like, I don't know. It puts a smile on my face.
That was and that was another thing was scent combination. So trying to figure out if we're going to have products that are going to be sitting next to each other or used in conjunction, to make sure that they don't counteract or create any weird instances. We had a couple different versions of other products that we were using in that scent, and the scent, once it was atomized, it smelled good in the bottle, but once it was sprayed and came in contact with the surface and any like light dust or organic material, it would instantly change and the scent would get very funky. And the same goes for like most products. You can use any detail products on an interior and you do everything. And maybe if you're using 5 different companies for interior products, maybe you got something for to shampoo your carpets. You've got a pre-treater for the carpets, then you've got a shampoo, then you've got an interior cleaner, then you've got a dressing, and then you do a window cleaner. A lot of those products have a scent to them, and all of them start to not work together. And so that was a big thing coming from just my shop, of knowing like what scents don't work well together and what scents do. And then having Anthony's nose for scents. The he's got a nose on him like you wouldn't believe. But he was able to pull things. And I picked a scent that I thought would work really well. But Anthony was like, no, try this, and then try this. And I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, nope, you're right. That I was wrong. Because you just go from the standpoint of, you'd forget about that component that needs to be addressed as well. And so yeah, it was fun because there were times where I was ready to sign off and other times that Anthony was ready to sign off, and we both had to agree on it before we could get there.
And the labeling too, not only the products, I mean, they smell great, they work amazingly well, but even up to the designs of the labels on the bottles, they give it like this modern yet vintage feel that suits you guys super well. And
yeah, it was really that, and that was something that I really saw. I was like, this could fit for us with the Rag Company because of just the playfulness and the colorfulness and everything. When I met Fraser at Waxstock a couple years ago.
The hard part though too is having a brand that looks it's a curse and a blessing having a brand that looks that good, right? Because as detailers, right, we overthink everything that we do, right? We overthink every purchase, we overthink every single thing, and when you see a brand that looks that good, you have the insinuation that, okay, so they spent a lot of money in marketing dollars in terms of getting that product to look good, but it can't perform that good because it looks so good, right? The sprayers are nice, the bottles are nice, the labels are nice. The product can't be that good, right? Because it looks so good. Well, that's actually just the complete, it's the complete opposite. We had to have a solid foundation before we could even jump into new bottles and jump into new sprayers and jump into new label design. And that was something that it's hard because people see it and they think, okay, it's that's just another fancy looking brand, and it's not another fancy looking brand. It's a killer brand at the top of its class. It's just you have to give it the chance to prove itself. You need to purchase it and try it for yourself and fall in love with it. And then the next hardest part too is that people, because gallons aren't available yet, right? There's those people that are really OCD that they'll buy the product, love it, and completely fall in love with it.
They're buying
and say,
it every week.
Well, I don't want to use this because this is my good stuff. It's like having a brand new Eagle Edgeless that you don't want to use on that paint that's not perfect yet. So then you think, well, I have to save it for a good day. Well, don't save it for a good day. The product is always going to look that good. It's always going to be that good, and it's always going to be available. So we want people to use it. And then when gallons do become available, then refill it and keep using it. It's a product that looks as good on a car as it does on a shelf, and people need to trust us on it for sure. We wouldn't sell it if we didn't believe in it.
And I'd go a step further. Like for me, I don't see labels as marketing. I see them more as if a company has put so much time and effort to develop, either a range or a product in particular, it's kind of their pride to also make it look as good as possible. So there's some
they should
involved in there. You're proud of your baby. It performs well, but you also got to make it stand out in a crowd of so many different brands that we have today. And when it looks good and performs well, I don't know, it's a combination of both that's important for me. I also look at labels. I'm sure many of my viewers or your viewers do too. We have there's something fun about ordering a product. You receive the box, you open it, you're like a kid in a candy store, and you look at the bottles inside. You will have a couple of minutes to watch the products before you actually start using them. Nobody starts using them directly out of the box. You're going to read the label, look at it, feel the label. Like that's another thing. The labels feel great too. There's that satin finish on it. So I don't know, it adds to the pleasure of using the products. It seems, at least to me, it's a psychological thing, but I think it's an important one to not let out people who don't take time to design things properly. I don't know. It's either it shows me they don't care as much about the brand, or they just hired a company or a graphic designer that doesn't know what they're doing.
And that canon does happen.
It's true. There's a little bit of psychology in there too, and kind of learning how to tap into the market that best fits you. And we feel like WOWOs is a market that best fits us. Whether it's professionally or whether it's the home hobbyist. I just know that there's a ton of those guys out there that they see a bottle that that is a cheap black bottle, and they see a sticker on it and they think, well, that product's got to be good, right? Because this person is promoting it, and it doesn't matter how good the bottle looks, it matters what's in the bottle. And there's a lot of people that think that way too, and that's another whole dark realm of YouTube. But it's just like I said, we've managed to kind of tap into both areas. And even to this day, when I have just a bottle of a WOWO's product sitting on the shelf, my eyes are drawn to it because it looks just so damn good. It really does.
Now, I just want to step in here and say I'm absolutely loving this conversation, and I would love for it to continue. But I know there are people chomping at the bit. You know what, Pan? I think we need to have you on the podcast again so we can go in depth, talk about this at length,
go deep,
and not worry about people who want to get their questions answered.
Right.
So we'll take care of them. We're up at
a couple of these just
Kirby
to get
Thompson
caught up.
There.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to burn through a couple of these. So Kirby Thompson says, Thursday and all is well in Houston, Texas. Kirby, what's happening, man? Novus Nick, I'm looking for your recommendation for your best towel for applying products and for removal. Thanks. I've enjoyed both videos that I've watched so far.
Thank you.
Novus Nick, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this. So that is kind of a loaded question. We make over 150 different types of microfiber towels. So without knowing what product you're applying, can't really answer that. So I will say lots of great ones. Eagles are always awesome. Creatures, Spectrums, Pluffles. The new Gauntlet is a phenomenal towel. 365s are the best for just about everything.
General use.
Hit them up. Illusionato, glad to see everyone in good health. What do you guys recommend when it comes to removing that brake dust that looks like tiny chunks that you can sometimes remove with your fingernail? A fallout remover. A dedicated fallout remover, like a WoWo's fallout remover, will work perfectly for that.
Yeah.
Kirby Thompson back at it says sunny and 82 with dry north winds. That actually sounds
warm.
Pretty nice, Kirby.
Yeah.
Little warm, nice little breeze hanging down south there. Robbie Shaw, listening while polishing my wife's car and using Rag Company towels, of course. Thanks, Robbie.
Thanks, Robbie.
Hans Closen says, a new Canadian wonder in the house. Hans is our fellow TRC super fan up there in the Netherlands. Humberto Roche Garcia. All right, here we go. Thumbs up. And then Kirby Thompson. Wow, Pan is doing 2 days of Q&A.
That's right.
And then Humberto says, Pan, 2 days in a row. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And then Mike Spina says, remember that time Pan drank Speedmaker? That was awesome. Humberto says, the gal has a Windows background. He loves Morgan's background. Brian Rivard, hello everyone.
She knows what's funny.
Florida. Hans says, Levi, your beard's getting long, man. Looking good. Thanks, brother. I'll be posting my affiliate link for the beard struggle, so you guys can buy some delicious beard products for yourselves.
You think he's joking, but he's serious.
Pan, the Ryan Mulhern, Pan, the ubiquitous. He's everywhere. He is the man.
Thanks, Ryan.
Novus Nick, Pan, would somebody arrest you if you were to go outside, tickets or fines? We answered that earlier.
That's the way up.
Yeah. And then let's see here. Wow, we got a $5 live chat. Someone just popped up in there. Let's see here. Mike Spina from Montreal as well. Thanks, Mike. Darren Mole, nice commercial, Pan. Okay, guys. Was wondering if there are any screw-in caps for the IK2 sprayers yet. If so, where can I find them or get them? Daryl, they are not available yet. So
now,
we don't
caps,
know when they're going to make. Yeah, he wants lids, like a peanut butter jar lid. Is what we've been calling them. So
we've been trying for a long time.
Yeah, IK has not said yes or no if they are going to put those in production. We have been hounding them to manufacture those. So they were originally planning on coming to a meeting here in Boise, Idaho, to sit down with the Rag Company. We were going to plan some stuff out. We had the vice president of the company that was actually making his way from Spain to come spend time with us, and that was on our agenda. However, due to the current COVID-19, they closed the border to Europe the week they were going to be flying out. So they had to cancel their flight. So plan for the future. That is on the drawing board, and we do want to talk to him about that.
We didn't forget, promise.
Yep. No, that is a number one thing we'd like to talk to. Jeff C. Pan, how do you like the OptiCoat Pro Plus on your car? I'm trying to decide if I should go that route and pay an installer or correct it myself and just do G-Technic CSL/EXO. My BMW is white, so it doesn't have to be 100%.
True. That's a great question, Jeff. And that often comes up. Do I go the professional ceramic coating grade and pay a detailer, or do I do it myself? For the OptiCoat Pro Plus, there is a 1-year update video that I'm working on right now. Many of my viewers have been asking for that, so stay tuned. It's going to be pretty awesome. But for a car like mine, so my size, my BMW M550i, That service starts at roughly $1,600 US, give or take. So it is quite expensive compared to a CSL EXO combo, consumer grade version that you can get for 100, 150 bucks, depending on where you live. So it all depends on your budget. Obviously, if you can afford it, yes, the Optical Pro Plus is a 7+ year pro grade coating. Nothing will remove that. You can spray chemicals on it all day long, and it's a silicon carbide, so it's not silicon dioxide, different technology. Absolutely amazing, and you don't even have to put any toppers on there. It lasts forever. So pretty much for the entire life of your vehicle, it should be there. But if you have some experience and you want to do it yourself, I mean, my channel is all about DIY. CSL EXO, great. Sequartz UK 3.0 and Gliss as a topper is also a great combination. So either or, man, they're both good options. It depends if you have the knowledge, experience, and time. I'd say do it your own and save money. But if you want one of the best pro grade ceramic coatings, Optical Pro Plus.
Yeah,
definitely.
And if you're looking for a warranty, for some people that's part of the selling feature. So Optical Pro Plus has a warranty, where CSL and EXO doesn't technically have a warranty program. So, but Kia Possessor, he possesses Kias. Hello from Texas. Gary McGarry, Kevin McGarry. Hi from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Mike Spina, in Montreal, the parks are closed completely, and you're fined $1,000. Well, that's pretty rough. Constantino Scalina says hello from Greece. And then Pan, I think, said hello.
Yasu Padeli, that means hi, Pan.
Nice.
Yasu Costa.
And then Danny Israel, Pan, you're such a good presenter and sharing your experience video. How do you like going live? We already did that one. And then Functional Doctor, which is one of my favorite YouTube names. $1,000 ticket was given to an older couple for going to Lowe's in Michigan, then went to Lowe's, wrote a ticket for the store. So there were people that were going in that, there's a lot of stuff that is happening. Marcos Diaz, Greece is doing great in relation to COVID. That's awesome.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's doing great.
No.
Yeah, I don't think we've got the least deaths.
South Korea did a good job.
Yeah. Scoop Master, or as I like to say, can each of you said what is that amazing thing about detailing that you know today, but you did not know last year? For me, washing microfibers with vinegar was one of them. For me, it's the ease of use of all the products, honestly. Much easier now than it used to be decades ago for me. So that's mine.
How about
Morgan?
You, Pam? Or Morgan? Yeah.
Probably. I always just come back to headlights, because I just always feel like that's such a dramatic change on cars. And I just notice it right away, and it's so fun to do. And I don't remember exactly when we did that video, but it was within, about a year.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Yellow cloudy headlights, turning them back to new.
And how easy it is. Yeah.
For me, it definitely has to be all the ceramic technology in the last 5 years. Just the explosion of the quantity of products that allow you to not having to wax your car every 2 months, and just the chemical resistance in general, the self-cleaning properties, which mean that it's easier to clean the vehicle. Some people believe that as your car automatically washes itself. No, it's not. But I mean, the gloss and the durability and the amount of years, I think that's a huge leap forward. And it changed the whole scene. Like, look at today, everybody's making ceramic sprays and ceramic coatings. It seems it's just nuts. And we seem to be getting further away from classic waxes. I know a lot of people still love doing that, but I can tell the trends, and definitely SiO2 or anything ceramic based there is the future. And graphene too, that's starting to be super popular. So that'll be nice to see the evolution of that. But for me, it'd be ceramic coatings.
Anthony.
So mine, my amazement was done, from my own testing of, to Morgan's point, of headlights, and how PPF, right, after refinishing headlights, will basically lock them in forever, and you would never have to worry about oxidizing or yellowing again. And for Pan, so Pan is up to date on my little Honda Civic. I ended up sanding off the entire UV clear coat on my headlights completely, right? There's nothing left on them, right? But then I locked them in with PPF, and I used, I think it was Expel Ultimate or something of that nature, and locked those in over the headlights, and they still look like the day I finished them out sanding.
Yeah.
And it's
They haven't
been
dulled or changed
it's been almost about 9 months. Yeah, 9 months, and they look just like how I let them, with no UV coating underneath whatsoever. Literally, the only UV protection would be the PPF over top.
Mm-hmm.
So long-term testing that I'm just amazed by, and I'm just super pumped on.
Anthony, the biggest thing you told me about that made it all click in my head as to why you'd want to do it that way as opposed to any other way was when you're done, if the, starts to yellow on the film or something, you peel that off, and what do you have underneath? Perfectly clean slate, ready to put new PPF on. You don't have to do any polishing. You don't have to do anything else to it. It's already ready to go.
Yep, correct. Yeah, it's basically like a never-ending gift, and that's where I'm not saying you have to sand off your coating to PPF your headlights, but I would say for every new car or every new set of headlights or whatever I ever get for the rest of my life, I'm always going to lock those in with PPF. I'm never going to put a coating over there. I'm always going to put PPF over the top because basically it's insurance and it's a foolproof plan. Like Eric at G Technic said when I showed him my results, basically his point is if air can't get to them, they can't oxidize, which is very true.
Yeah,
fair point.
There you go.
Excellent.
Rectangle says, how are you liking Showstopper, Pan?
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I did a review of it on my channel, as you guys know, and what blew me away was really the gloss. You don't use it for protection. Obviously, it's going to be there 1 or 2 days, but slickness and just ease of use, gloss. You want something quick, you're at a car show. Fantastic.
It's for that extra nth degree of just.
And it was one of those products in the line when we were like, so what's this? And Fraser explained it, and it was one of those products we didn't have to do any tweaking on. But it was so funny when he was like, well, you put it on at a car show. And we were like, what does it do? And he's like, it just makes it shinier.
Yeah.
We were like, that's all? And he's like, yep. And we were like,
it's not there to clean. It's not there to do anything else. Just
it was
shine.
just something that was so novel to us to go like, wait, that's all it does? And he's like, that's all it does. And it was one of those things where we were like, why not? Like, people are buying stuff to go to a car show anyway. They're wiping their cars down for meets and all this stuff. Why wouldn't you just use it as a show-off product? Just to be that person.
And it didn't really click for all of us until we actually went to the UK. And so when we went to the UK and we saw the car scene there, and we obviously saw the rest of the detailing scene there, the word gloss, right? The idea of gloss is such a huge thing in the UK, mainly for the fact that you're in overcast 80% of the year, right? So these cars are you're never seeing them in all of the glory that you would normally be able to see them in
all the time.
And so what they have to do is basically they have to try to get as much gloss, as much shine out of these cars as possible to compensate for a lot of the weather. And we didn't realize that until we went to John Hull's shop at Clean and Shiny and saw how many products had gloss in the name. And in the US, we're like, well, yeah, we want gloss, we want shine, we want all of that stuff, right? And we mostly call it shine here within the US, but for them, gloss is on another level. And that's where with Showstopper, it is a pure gloss enhancing product. It's all it does. And who really benefits from it are people that like to take photos of their car, people that are going to car shows, or people that want to make their car stand out in a crowd. And it works. It does work. And it's not a gimmick product. It's not that. It uses a real polymer that is meant to enhance gloss and meant to reflect light differently and enhance the reflection of that you would see.
I've joked that it literally tries to find light and it pulls it into the paint. That's what it feels like it's doing, is it's just grabbing whatever ambient light's available and pulling it into itself to make it glow even more. So pretty wicked.
It's a killer product. I would say that we are running a little low on it. I think
very low for some reason. Someone made a video about it, and been very strange. Thank you, Pan, for that wonderful Christmas gift.
All right, so we got Vigor Auto Detailing saying, "Hey guys." We got Hans Mason says, "Man, I'm getting more and more in love with the black hair tire brush and the short green body brush. Had to clean dirty wheels and tires a few times this week and love them. Yes, awesome, the black tire brush is killer.
Simple, and safe, and effective. Yep."
He says, "Where would he be without TRC? I don't know, Hans. I think you're a part of us now." And then Vigor Auto Detailing says, "Pan, how are you?" And then Pan chimes in. We have Richard Jones says, "Hi, the RC and Pan. I'm a subscriber to your channel, Pan. I love your knowledge. Always great content all the way from Northern Ireland."
Thanks,
very nice.
And let's see.
Humberto.
We have Humberto says, "Just to let you know, in Puerto Rico, there was a plasma transfusion from a person that recuperated from coronavirus and worked on another that was really bad under respirator."
Wow.
Interesting.
Impressive. Yeah.
And Keith Firebird, is that your last name? That's a badass last name.
That is Keith Firebird.
Firebird.
Love it.
Cool. It's built right in.
Last name. Yeah. He says hello. Danny Israel says, "Pan, do you also eat cereal with O&R? I don't know if I would try that."
Get your intestines nice and clean and free of any residue.
Yeah. Like Constantino says, "Everything good here in Greece. May 5th, quarantine will stop little by little." Awesome.
Bravo, Costa.
Keith Firebird, too much information.
Well.
And then Functional Doc, great videos from Pan's channel. Love his camera presence and enjoy his energy. That was nice.
Oh, cool. Thanks. That's so much.
Hans,
your viewers are so nice. It's awesome. I love it.
Thank you. Hans, well, if I don't like Pan the organizer, I might know a guy who can kick really hard. He's making a joke about Dane. When Dane was a child, he had a bully that he dealt with by kicking him down the stairs.
I wasn't bullied after that.
Yeah, so
we don't know if he's alive.
If they don't like Pan, he knows a guy who can kick really hard. So
that would be Dane.
Dane offers bodyguard services for you, Pan, if needed. And then Mike
6-foot
Spina,
rule applies.
Yeah. Mike Spina, best all-in-one in your opinion. Thanks. I've been using the new Rupes Protect, and it's really good.
Yeah, I would say I'm in line with Levi. I really like the Uno Protect. Pan, you have a favorite all-in-one?
I'm not a big fan of AIOs, so I think I'll skip that question.
There you go.
All right.
I prefer full pen correction.
Sure. Yeah.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I feel like I haven't had that much experience, but I do like the Rupes.
Yeah, the Uno.
Yeah. That one's probably the best I say that I've ever tried.
Yeah.
Cool. We got Christian saying, "What is the best microfiber product to use for applying spray sealants such as Seal and Shine?" You could use a 365. You could use a Creature. You could use an Eagle if you wanted to use an Eagle. I'm assuming he's talking about Turtle Wax Seal and Shine.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'd probably say a Creature would probably be your best bet. I think it's a really slick product, and I think that the towel flip after one pass of Seal and Shine will feel really good once you flip that towel to the shorter nap side on a Creature. I think you're really gonna like that.
I agree with that.
We got Scoop Master says, "Hey Pan, Pan is bred in Spanish, as you may know. Hi from Ireland. Hi from the island, not Ireland, of Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico,
Ireland. You can come here." And then here we go. We got Marco says, "I'm struggling to discover a great upholstery product. Tested a lot of well-known APCs and they all do okay, but struggle in heavy stains. Power Clean works well in some specific stains, but not in all."
True.
So, I mean, in terms of an all-around great upholstery product, you're always going to have a hard time because every stain is different, right? The base of every stain, the chemistry of every stain is different, right? So you're going to have to transition to different chemicals based on what that stain is from. And so, for example, you may need an enzyme. You may need to break down that with an enzyme remover such as Terminator. Then
that's
Carpet
for
Bomber
protein.
is a strong APC, and then in terms of other scents and smells and things like that get left behind, something a peroxide treatment like Finisher may be your best bet, and those are all from PNS.
Yep.
I agree that Power Clean works. I'd probably say 80% of most stains that I've ever come across, but there are certain times where I've had to use something like Terminator to remove certain stains.
Yep.
Well, and one of my go-tos is Optimum Carpet Fabric Clean and Protect. You dilute it 3 to 1, spray it on, let it sit for a little bit, come back and scrub it. It disappears. It'll work.
Yeah,
on
it's kind of a weird product. It
works on about
disappear.
85 to 90% of stains, and it doesn't leave another stain behind it. So that's a really great product. And then another just general purpose all around upholstery and carpet cleaner is WOWO's Interior Cleaner. We made it in clear so that you're not going to leave a different colored stain, like if you're using Power Clean, which has a bit of orange color to it. So Interior Cleaner, for something that's very light, it works not only on your plastics and leather, but it also works well on carpet and fabrics. So,
and don't forget, I think too, the tools are also important. So it's the chemical is one thing, and something like a drill brush to work it into the fabric, that also makes a huge difference. But like you guys said, depending on, is it an organic stain? Is it a dye transfer? It depends on what you have to deal with, and you have to attack every stain depending on what nature it's from. But also the tools, the brushes is super important.
Yep.
Hans says yes, whoa. And then Shiny Fenders is asking what are the cars in the photo behind me. So I'll see if I can kind of lean to one side.
That was Anthony's mountain run that he did this weekend with a bunch of guys and gals.
Talk about it all in the podcast this week.
Yeah, so there's a
Ford
there's a
Explorer.
Lamborghini, there's an Evo, there's a GT4.
There's a 500 horsepower.
Yeah, there's a Ford
Explorer.
Explorer that had 550 wheel horsepower. Crazy. There was a bunch of other really, really cool cars and a couple GTRs, a 997, and then a CTSV and a few other really, really, really fast cars. My Civic is actually the slowest among that bunch, so that was fun.
You kept up.
Here we go. We got Hans Closen says, I might need a few 200-gallon drums of a few of WOWO's products. And then TM Detail says, hey guys, what's up? Dan, your new facility looks so awesome. We agreed, Timo.
Timo. This is the Master of Shine headquarters here. I know it's pretty cutting edge. I mean,
it's a lot to take in at once, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to look at, from the garage door to the meat freezer to the product.
I don't like when you call it that.
You like what I call it, the meat freezer?
You just call it like the garage freezer or something.
She keeps picturing bodies inside. That's why she doesn't want you to say that.
Well, I keep ice cream novelties in here, so I always have, like we said, in many other lives, different popsicles, ice cream, all kinds of stuff. So whatever your heart's content.
So you can call it a meatless freezer. There you go.
The meatless freezer. No, there's meat. I got pork and stuff in here too, and ground
just
beef.
Like raw ground beef next to the drumsticks.
Yeah. All right, Hannibal. We got to keep going. We got Keith Firebird says, hi, Morgan. Morgan,
hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
And then we got Mr. 847 and Mr. 847 in the ZL1. No, he's still here.
Yeah, he's
our Grand Ambassador of 2019 says gallons of quick detailer. Hopefully soon.
We have
Scoop Master says my first WOWO's product is Showstopper. Hope it works great on my single stage paint Toyota MR2. It should absolutely work great. And then we have Shiny Fenders says Aston Martin nice. There wasn't an Aston behind me.
That was when I had the Aston race car behind me. I had the DBR. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been changing it up every once in a while. I'm glad he noticed.
Dane's a bigger fan of the XKR in his opinion.
Well, I am biased.
And then Hans Closen says, or should I dig a few pipelines from WOWO's factory to my place? That may actually be easier, Hans. You know, I wouldn't put it past you. I think you probably could do it. We have Levi White says, are there going to be gallons of WOWO's? Yes, there will be gallons of WOWO's, hopefully coming soon.
Eventually.
And then Richard Wakefield mentioned or says, you mentioned in your last podcast that you guys are testing new brands. what's in the works.
We can't talk about it yet.
Wouldn't you
You're
like
just
to
gonna
know?
have to. Best way to find out, go to our Instagram page, follow us, go to our Facebook page, follow us, go to our YouTube channel, follow us, and go to the Rag Company podcast channel and follow us, and go to Pan's channel and follow him as well. And then you'll find out some of the new products that we're bringing on. Hans says, isolate Anthony. Sure got a good eye for that quick detailer. Love that quick detailer.
Thanks, Hans.
Mike Spina, can't wait to try Wowo Showstopper. Thanks, Mike. Then our buddy Matt Gibb from Australia.
Oh,
Anthony,
yes.
your thoughts on how most quick detailers were and why I've said that they're obsolete. Most formula lacked enough body to achieve much of anything, and spray sealants, to me, left quick detailers in the past. Right, what you're saying.
Which is why you wanted to develop the quick detailer to kind of become its own thing.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, we'll have to get you some products from Mark Perch,
Yes.
our distributor in Australia, for you to play with. So, then Pan, thanks everyone for the super kind words. Keith Firebird, Pan, did you order your 90D yet?
This was following yesterday's live stream where viewers just chipped in like crazy because I spoke about getting a 4K camera, and like they donated over $1,000 in the first stream. It was absolutely nuts. So we're almost to the point where we'll be upgrading soon. Yeah, the viewers came out with their support. It was just nuts. So we're almost there. But now that I saw this, maybe in 1 or 2 live streams, maybe we'll get something better than the 90D. We'll see.
There you go.
That's awesome.
JWL, Brilliant Shine Detailer, is a true hybrid between spray sealant and detail spray. 4 months of protection on prep paint, works great as a waterless wash and dry and aid diluted. You're right, JW, that's awesome.
I agree.
And then Pan, maybe it'll be something better. The next, that's right. And then Aaron's, hey Pan, what is your thoughts on a Bauer polisher? It's from Harbor Freight. Not sure if you have Harbor Freight in your area. So Bauer is if you're looking at the short throw polisher, totally fine.
Like a Flex 7424, and not a Flex, like a porter cable 74.
Like a porter cable. Yep, you'll be just fine. If you're looking at their rotaries, you'll have no problems. As to any of their other offerings, I don't know enough about them. But biggest thing is just get the warranty from Harbor Freight, so that it's the free replacement on a lot of the products. So that's always good to have. So Danny Israel, yesterday I deconned one step and applied crystal sealant to our SUV. It's never looked so good. Is one application all I need? And how long should I wait to top it with Bead Maker? One application's all you need. And realistically,
Danny, I would top it with Quick Detailer, man. I would top it with the Woes Quick Detailer. I would.
That'd be your best bet.
Yeah. I think you're
you
gonna
could
like
do
it.
Bead Maker, but the two crystal sealant and Quick Detailer are awesome together. But if you want to wait, I usually like to give it as much time as possible to fully cure, because it actively the resins in the polymer need time to properly cure. We don't have a hard timeline on that, but I like doing overnight. Let it sit in the garage overnight, and then next morning come out and hit it with either Bead Maker or Woes Quick Detailer. Manuel Casiba, hello guys from Mexico. Right now, because of the situation, it's a bit hard to get that Woes Quick Detailer for me. What would be better for a dry and aid meanwhile, like a Quick Detailer or a waterless? Either one?
Either one, yeah. Either one would be great in terms of, really with any other brand. I think waterless is nice because it may not seal up your towels as much, but if you're using a traditional Quick Detailer that's pretty much wax-based, then you shouldn't have any issues with gunking up your towels. So we have Mike Spina says, would Bead Maker make a good topper for finishing sealant? You can put Bead Maker on literally anything and everything.
Appeals.
And then Shiny Fenders says Porsche.
He was responding to my background. It was actually an Alpine A110, which is a French car, but it looks like a Porsche 911 from the front.
We're going to stop letting you change backgrounds.
Maybe he just wanted to write the word Porsche.
No, he mentioned the Aston Martin before. I guarantee you he thought that was a Porsche 911.
I'm waiting for someone to say the name of the town that Pan has in his background.
Yeah, that's a very famous backdrop.
That is Santorini in Greece.
We have Matthew Gibbs saying, decades ago, I added QDs to wash shampoos along with a little paint sealant to make shampoos gentler on exteriors, plus extra gloss and protection Now I know more about chemistry. I mix things better. Cool. That's good.
That's right.
We have Chris Marcial says, I'm going to polish an older car this weekend. It has a nickel-sized spot of clear coat failure. Can I polish over the spot or should I avoid the spots?
Guys, I'm going to take a quick pause right quick because I'm being pulled away. I'll have to.
Oh, that's right. It's 4:00.
To leave.
Hands got to bounce.
But
oh, man.
Thanks for having me. It's been awesome to talk to everyone, and we'll have to do this again. It seems.
Yes.
Time flies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll catch up on a podcast soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
All right,
Pam.
see you,
We appreciate it. All right. So
Very
Chris
cool.
Marcial
Yeah.
says nickel-sized spots on clear coat failure. Can I polish over those spots or should I avoid the spots? Chris, it depends on those spots. If they're if they've already broken, you could break them even more. However, the weather will do that for you. So I like to just polish over some of those spots just to actually break them, and then I can shine up the area underneath. Usually try and clean those spots and then try and seal that as best I can. However, many times if you break that clear coat and you polish over the color coat, you can actually remove the color and go straight down to primer. So that's a very odd spot to see. I'd have to look at pictures to really say yes or no. If you want, you can email me, levi@theragcompany.com, send me pictures, and I can say yay or nay. Just be careful. PJ Gravely, I love Iron-X for my car. What other iron remover would you recommend that's just as good? Wowo's iron remover. Morgan, do you concur?
Do I?
Fallout remover.
The Wowo's fallout remover?
Oh,
yeah. Good iron remover?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Ryan Mulhern. Han, thanks for your channel and sharing your knowledge. Your review of the last coat a year ago was my first YouTube video on car detailing, and it got me addicted. However, my wife doesn't thank you. Wink. She's probably wondering why you're spending so much time in the garage now.
Yeah.
Monzy19, where's the best place to get your product in Canada? Ontario specifically. I don't know off the top of my head who is carrying Wowo's products in Canada. I don't believe we have anybody there yet. Right now, you can pop on and buy them from our website, and we can do mail innovations up to you. But as to right now, I don't think we have a specific Wowo's distributor in Canada yet.
Do we have Amazon Canada carrying anything?
I don't know the answer either. We can check.
Okay, that might be worth checking too.
So
I think we do because we have a good Amazon Canada.
I just don't know if we've been able to restock it because Carolyn was saying that they had some new restrictions with the Amazon.
Circumstances lately have kind of changed everything up, and that's why we're not 100% sure.
Yeah,
they change just about every day with Amazon. So shiny fenders, what's the next thing excluding graphene? I don't know. It's surprising everything that's been happening. We have been playing around with some different towel ideas that we think will have some benefits for a lot of different industries.
Yeah, trying to figure out. I'm also trying to figure out who's got the background noise going on like crazy right now. It might just be Anthony chewing on things, but
hey, it's snack time. It's fun.
I don't think it is.
All right, it's the fun half.
I
guess it's
I'm
allowed.
just sitting here.
Not you. Okay.
Manny Leone gave us $5. Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. I just tried Wowo's and I love them, but we definitely gallon size. And thanks for bringing on Pan. Thank you, Manny. We appreciate it. Very nice of you to give us $5.
Thank you.
We had ice cream yesterday. Maybe that money will go towards our next ice cream party that we have with the 4 of us. So
never know.
Alkaline Top Hat. Hey guys, I finished up 2 interior details and I'm wondering how I can improve my efficiency. Any video channels to watch? What order would you suggest I tackle the different areas of the car?
Well, you can definitely refer to our old videos with Ivan and Levi going around the shop. I mean, we covered a lot of different topics. ranging across things. But no, that's worth going and checking out. Honestly, I think a lot of people don't even realize how big our video library really is on this channel. If you go back to some of our earlier videos, we have a ton of like walkthrough tutorial stuff that's great for efficiency purposes.
Well, Morgan, do you have anything to add?
No.
Perhaps something that's on our website that they could use.
Oh, I know what he's getting
to
at.
tackle the different areas of the car. What order would you suggest?
What are you trying to?
He's trying to get you to mention the
There's
SOP.
the Levi's SOP in the facts. If you go to the ragcompany.com and you go to our facts, there is my SOP, my standard operating procedure on how to detail a car.
Yeah,
start
it's like
to
an entire
finish.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah.
No,
You can go
it's
there
helpful.
and it'll tell you everything on how I start a car, start to finish, pulling it in to pulling it out.
You worked hard on it.
I did. It's a lot of late nights. HM Auto Detail, and hello all. JWL.
Hello.
Han, you're an absolute legend among car care enthusiasts like me. Learned so much with you over the years. I've been following you. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you, JW.
Yes, and don't worry. I know that Pan saw some of these further down comments before he left. He was responding.
He was
actually typing.
He was
half the time.
he was reading a lot of these.
Yeah.
Matt Gibb, Marcos Dios. My go-to is Mark V Hot Shot. I remember that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Low foam shampoo with encapsulation technology, so you never get wicking issues with extracting carpets and seats. It's a good product. Shiny fenders. I love CSL with EXO. HM Auto Detailing from Toronto, Canada. Pan's a legend. Shiny fenders. In Georgia, you can get a tattoo and a haircut starting tomorrow. Oh, everybody's gonna do that. Shiny fenders with the words JAG. He's working on his bingo thing of what cars Dane is going to be putting up in his background. And then Pan answering a lot of folks. It was very nice of him. And then anything you buy is Pan approved. He was replying to Ryan Mulhern. What someone said, what does Pan do for work besides YouTube? Pan is Pan the organizer. He works on his YouTube channel. Yeah. He does have a day job, but we are sworn to secrecy.
Yes.
Big Boy A's, have you seen the F11 Rain Was video? It is no joke. Oh, Rain Wash video. No, I have not, Big Boy.
Have to look at that.
Hippolytos Campos from Panama saying, what's up? What's up, buddy? Steve Gordon, hey guys, proud of Pan. He's killing it here in Quebec. Steve Gordon Mirabel. Steve Gordon Pan, what's your two? Okay. Han says, Timo, what's up, Waxstock brother?
Oh.
Cyborg Santa, Pan the organizer. Steve Gordon, top towel to use for interiors. Our 365s are really great. Matt Gibbs says, Pan, I'm with you on the all-in-ones. He prefers paint correction over an all-in-one. Alkaline Top Hat says, is it true that carpet stains can become permanent? Yes, depending on the stain. Especially if they've been left for too long, and depends on what's in the stain. So, Cyborg Santa again, Pan the organizer. Carissa Thomas, what a treat, Pan. I'm sprucing up a ceramic coating with Essence Plus and BF Topper. Do I need to toss microfiber after toppers? Creatures are great. And then Pan says, Carissa, if the topper is a sealant, you can wash the towel immediately after use and reuse. And if the topper is more like hardcore, like Pro Gliss or G-Technic XOV4, I would toss that towel. Shiny Fender says, nice. Han says, Levi, careful with showing the meat freezer. Themo is German and they love, love, love meat.
Yeah.
Good words to live by. Thanks, Hans. Appreciate that. Steve Godin, Pan, what would you do? Should I sell the M2 2017 to Anthony and the M3 2011 and get a new M2 CS 2020 limited run?
That's the competition version. That's what Anthony wants.
Yeah, I want that one. But I'll take the 2017. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, they're just giving it away. And I know Morgan would just take the 2011 M3 too, just for fun. If you're handing them out,
you know, might as well.
Why not? Why not?
All right, so
Dane,
Alkaline
Dane would
Trio.
probably say no. He would say no, thanks. Don't need that. Appreciate it.
No, Dane wants them a little rougher. So Alkaline Trio says, how does one clean a twisted wool pad after using it for interior cleaning on a rotary? Is the spur tool required?
No.
After cleaning an interior, no, you can actually rinse out that wool pad and clean it like
you
would
don't even need
any
to.
other pad. I mean,
you can rinse it off. You can hit it with a pressure washer. You can blow it out with air.
Yeah, they're pretty strong. They're pretty strong. So I wouldn't be afraid of cleaning it. Humberto says, because of the coronavirus, I've been using Pink Perfection from Superior Products because it's soapy and soap is what destroys the fat layer of virus. Any comments on other sanitizing products? So you can check out the PNS hand sanitizer that we've bought on from Rag Company, and the RTU surface sanitizer. Yeah. The Bearded Hunter says, happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. What's up, Pan? And then Clayton Williams says, what's up, guys? Coming from Knoxville, Tennessee. Glad to make it to one of these live. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And then we have Forced Induction _drive says, I usually watch the replay on the weekend, but was able to check in during my work break. Just want to say thanks, guys, for adapting and keeping going remotely. Pan, thanks again for Greek pasta recipe.
Nice.
I wish he could share that with us. I would like to make some Greek pasta myself.
He's got it in a video on his channel. I saw it.
Really?
He made a whole video. He became a cooking show for a video.
Dane has Liz making it as we speak.
Well,
Dane, I would like to come over for dinner. Can I do that and come eat Greek pasta at your house?
Well, it might be cup up tonight. I don't know.
Oh.
I might have to order that as well, Dane.
We have
he's K-pop. It's a K. He is eating a K-pop star.
I mean, we don't advertise it, but hey.
What kind of food is this that you speak of, Dane? Kind of
Korean,
weird.
It's Korean barbecue and ramen noodles and stuff. It's like really good, but they deliver it to you like a big bowl. Yeah, it's pretty rad.
You're having
honestly.
Liz make this?
I'll take.
No, I'm ordering it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's impressive.
Detailing.
Oh yeah,
got
no,
the Korean barbecue going.
I'm hopeless there.
So Arcane says, I love your videos. Both of you guys always watch them. I love Pan's product line reviews and can't wait to see one for IGL. We have Alkaline Top Hat says, Alkaline Trio, my bad. I can't believe I messed his name up. Says, I dry my cars with the double twisterous gauntlet and bead maker. After drying the car with spraying APC on the towel, prevent bead maker from making it hydrophobic, even if I wait to wash the towels. It may make an impact on it. It may start to break down the sealant within the towel, so it wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing if you wanted to do that. But we mentioned in the previous podcast with Ian from Autofiber that you kind of want to avoid throwing them into a bucket of just pure water because it kind of just helps the sealant spread. So if you're going to throw it into a bucket of anything, make sure you have some type of diluted APC or even ONR to prevent that from binding up. So Jordan Adam Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski
says, what's up, Pan? Hope you enjoyed the donations from yesterday. Can't wait for that 4K content. I know that's crazy that he got that much of a donation for that camera. And hopefully it goes to good use. We have Nolan Todd. We have Manuel saying gracias. Nolan saying crystal sealant questions. Okay.
Anthony's ready.
I did a CS application after a clay and panel wipe. I applied with a 2x4 microfiber pad and wiped off immediately. Can I put on another coat in a week later? We're not saying that you can't. We're just saying that you don't really need to. You know, it was designed for a one application use, and really, the pores of your paint can only fill and stack so much with the product. So, especially if you're reserving that extra top coat for being something like bead maker or something like what was quick detailer. So I would say go with crystal sealant, one application, and then top it with Woes quick detailer or something like bead maker here in a bit.
Yeah,
and then
agreed.
Mike Wazowski says, Pan the organizer, Brian Fab told me, he said, thank you and that you're welcome. And then JWL says, never been a fan of all-in-ones until I tried Auto Fanatics Secret Weapon over the weekend, couple Lake Country's orange pad. No prior claying was needed. Paint felt amazing. Fuso coat as my LSP.
Nice.
Yeah, I've I've been kind of wondering what's been going on with Fuso Code. I know it was a hot topic for a week there, and then I haven't heard much about it since. So,
Detailing things move a mile a minute.
I still think it's probably a good. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't seen the word Fuso Coat mentioned for a while now. So we have Nolan Todd says Crystal Sealant follow up 2. Should I toss my 2x4 microfiber pad? I sprayed and scrubbed with power clean, immediately washed out, then washed in my washing machine. You could probably still reuse it. You'll probably notice that the microfiber feels extremely soft. Chances are it probably does still have some sealant left over in it. I've found that pretty much any crystal sealant towel that I've used for removal of application has been weirdly soft. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels different. I'm not saying that it's clogged or that it won't work. It just feels different. It's
making each fiber slicker so that you don't actually feel any of the friction.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, as she said, Dane. We have Jordan says, Jordan Mike Wazowski says, JWL's secret weapon is amazing. And then we got Colby Garbutt says, any idea when the larger sizes of Wovis products are coming? Hopefully this quarter. We're really hoping that those are going to start getting belted out.
Can't promise it, but we're really trying to work on that.
Well, just to explain, because when we started to do this, we had been touting once we launched in December that we would have gallons or 5-liter jugs by the end of first quarter. That was in April. 1st of April, right? Ended that first quarter. We are now into quarter 2. We are still planning on that, but because of what has been happening with everything and changing the way, we've had to wait on certain shipments, it has caused a delay in the ability to get the rest of the equipment needed to start to get those manufactured, to get those 5-liter jugs manufactured. So it is still in the process. Just got to bear with us.
Fair enough. All right.
Yep. And then moving down the list here, we have Elizabeth saying, Morgan, what do you do with the rag company?
Hey.
I like to tell people that I am Anthony's assistant. I basically make sure that Anthony is staying on task and tracking his snacking.
Yep. Make sure he's ready to eat. Make sure asking him
what
kind of
counting my
calories.
She'll judge me. She'll say, Anthony, do you really need that second Twinkie? And I'll look at it and I'll say, yes, I do need this second Twinkie.
Now, realistically, you actually do a good amount of stuff, and a lot of people interact with you. They may not even realize it.
Yeah, that is true. It's kind of weird because I feel like, and we've said this before, but most of us do a lot of things, not just like one specific thing. We don't just stick to, sitting at a computer on one screen the whole day and, just waiting for messages to pop up. We do a lot of things, and we're, running around helping packing or taking pictures or replying to people or talking to customers downstairs in the store. It's a lot of team effort that makes the wheels keep turning.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Hans says Stroopwafel towel. Hopefully someday. We got Vermigel car detailing. Car detail says, hey guys. And then we have Scoop Master says, Levi, when and why would you use lacquer thinner on paint? Before polishing, afterwards? What is the benefits in your opinion, and what parts to avoid touching with it?
His
great
favorite
question,
topic.
Hector. Great question. My screen just totally changed, so I need you to I went to hit that comment to slide it down, and it totally changed. So now I don't know what's going on. So
we'll keep you apprised. Okay. You just talk about lacquer thinner.
Lacquer thinner is awesome, and it works great. So, man, there's a lot of stuff here. So basically, the best thing about lacquer thinner is obviously it cleans the surface, clarifies the surface of the paint that you're working on. It'll remove any leftover paint residue from like paint transfer or overspray or anything like that. It'll remove tar. It will remove rubber. It will remove tree sap. So anything that didn't get hit in the wash process or the clean process, you can then wipe on with put lacquer thinner on towel, wipe it, and clean it. I used to use lacquer thinner prior to polishing a car.
Yeah.
Because that would get everything off the paint. So I'm going to take you off my thing here for a little bit and kind of show you on the wife's car here.
Levi, your hand's in the
camera
way.
around.
No, your camera's the wrong way, Levi. You're okay. There you go.
So spots like down here, there are tar and road grime. There's some paint transfer, stuff like that gets in these fender wells. And it makes it a lot easier if you can just put some on a towel and just clean this little spot right here. Same goes for like the lips. I don't know what she drove through, but it looks like mayonnaise.
What?
But right here on this lip, see all this white stuff in the fender? I'm just wondering what that is. Anyway.
There's white stuff in the lips?
Spot in the fender well. You see that?
Well, sorry. Yeah, I see the lip of the fender well. Yeah. Oh, there I see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it now.
Yeah. So, but the lip, around these lips, there's usually same kind of thing. On a like white car, you get that. Look at that. Yeah, nice. On a white car, you'll get these dirty marks, so to speak, in those areas. And that is something that after you've detailed the whole car, you pull it out and you see that little lip is dirty. That is a good candidate to put something like lacquer thinner in, because it will bring that spot back to white. So then you can put whatever you need to put on it to make it look better. But it's a very simple, easy trick. And that's one of the reasons I use lacquer thinner. So when I've wiped it, I've wiped all the lower panels. I basically only do lacquer thinner from like here down, and then anything on the roof or tops, if there's tree sap or anything like that. But always prior to polishing, because it is going to soften the clear coat. I never do it after polishing because it softens the clear coat. And if you have a towel that is rough or held wrong, you can then put kind of a weird mar or gouge into the clear coat. So I always do it prior to the polishing because it will soften it lightly. And then I do polish the surface, then I alcohol it, then I protect it. So do you like that little dance movement? Cool.
Yeah. Well, I want to chime in really quick. So, because I really want to get this name right. So, Vermigel Car Detail, right? He is actually our Q2 Grand Ambassador for 2020, and he is in Belgium. So that means he is watching from Belgium right now, which is super cool.
Thank you.
And you can use his 15% coupon code if you're over there in Europe at the Rag Company Europe. So you can save 15% off Rag Company products there. And so you can use the code Vermigel15. I just want to make sure I'm saying his name right, because I don't know if it's Vermigel, Vermige. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff.
Vermige.
I'm kind of dyslexic there. But anyway, so check him out. You go to his Instagram page, Vermigel Car Detail, and you can see all the beautiful cars that he details in his amazing shop. And then we have
back
Williams
to
says something
S-Coupe Master
inappropriate.
real quick. S-Coupe Master, what parts to avoid touching it with? So all your plastics is something to stay away from. And I don't like getting it on glass. So plastics and glass, stay away from. Only painted parts. So, all right.
Amen.
Simple enough.
Clayton Williams said something inappropriate, literally.
wrote something.
Literally wrote it.
And then Shiny Fender says, I need to check out WOWOs. Do you have a sample pack of all the products? Unfortunately, we don't have a sample pack at this time. However, I tell people, if you're getting into WOWOs for the first time and you want to try one product out that's going to blow your mind, check out the Quick Detailer. I think that's a good
safe bet. It doesn't matter what you're used to. That will impress you at the very least. Yeah.
Yep. Hans goes and says, where is the famous mouse GD though? Still eating cheese? Maybe he might be.
Might be.
Hopefully, maybe like a Munster, perhaps. Like he would be. I feel like he's a Munster kind of guy. Maybe like a smoked Gouda, perhaps.
Ooh, Gouda.
And then we have Hans goes and says Levi's SOP, not SUP, is a great translated it for someone that doesn't read English that good.
I think you're saying it translates well to other languages.
Yeah.
And then Chris Weiss. Yep.
How good is Glass Parency e-coating? How good is it? We haven't tried their e-coating. We don't know. We don't have any idea about that product.
I think his phone literally changed Glass Parency coating to Glass Parents E-coating. I think it did an autocorrect thing and it made it.
I will say
that.
the glass parency coating on their windshields are good. Yeah. But I don't have, if they do have an e-coating product, man, I don't know, but I'm hoping that's autocorrect. Ryan Mulhern, thanks for the live stream. I appreciate how you get to every comment. Mr. 847 in the ZL1, Pan, what is your favorite ceramic coating? And then Pan, yeah, there are some things I don't share publicly. I'd like to say that I'm a YouTuber. Campos Garcia, hola de Montreal. So Pan wrote into them. Shiny Fender says, Dane.
I don't know what that's in response to.
That's because he's been saying every car that has been on the screen.
I appreciate it.
Finally is able to get back to you. John Christensen, hey Pan, do you think I could use bead maker on the inside of a glass shower door? Actually, man, you could if you want to. Alkaline top hat. I currently have Rupes blue, yellow, and white pads. Would adding the Lake Country orange pads be good or redundant? You'll find that the orange pads have almost a little bit more cut than the yellows. So you probably have a nice in-between pad, basically, between the blue and the yellow. Umberto, now Pan needs another channel like Pan the Greek Cooker. That would be a very good channel, I think. Ryan says, John Christensen, I thought the same thing. Philip Van Boeven, Morgan wanted to share one last E36 M3 is in the world.
Oh no!
Race shop wanted to share that one less E36 M3 is in the world. A race shop burnt down with a fully race-built M3, NB Miata, and an F350 truck, all gone, including all the race support and equipment.
That is tragic and really sad and awful, and I feel terrible for the owners. But I can almost feel like my inner car critic nerd going, well, at least it wasn't an E30 M3, and at least it wasn't an NA Miata, and at least that's
so an NB Miata means naked body Miata.
NB is the second generation. NB is when they first introduced bubble headlights.
It's not an RB. It's not rocket body.
NA is when they had pop-up headlights. NB is when they took those away.
No, NB is normal body because they only come in RBs and stock body Miatas. Those are the only two Miatas in existence.
Yeah.
So this must mean that an NB
the rocket bunny or it's stock.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's all I've ever been taught. Stock body, normal body, or wide body Mustang, or wide body Miata.
Right.
You know, that must be what NB stands for, is that it's a normal bodied Miata. That's a shame because
it's still sad.
It could have gotten a wide body on it or a rocket body, an RB, the NB to an RB conversion.
NB to RB. Yeah.
Agreed.
That's enough.
Scoopmaster, can a single stage paint oxidize under ceramic coating like you see haziness through the coating? Yeah, so it can. It will slow the process. It will still oxidize, but it will slow the process. Simple. So it could last, a 2-year coating on a oxidized car could last like a year, maybe more. All that's out the window if they wash it through like an automated car wash, but if they're washing it by hand, being careful with it, you could make it last 2 years. So, and then can be possible, yes.
Oh no, I just read Philip Van Boeven's follow-up, which was, and 20 additional race teams shared the space. I know a first-gen NSX that was there. And the shop down the way quoted $10 million of cars in the warehouse. Sad day for me. Okay, now I'm officially very sad. That is awful.
Where was that?
Yeah, I feel like I would see a news story about it somewhere.
Maybe it
Philip, please.
Well, you know who burned that thing down? It was that damn Carol Baskin is who did it.
God.
Yeah.
He burned that place down. You know, first it was the
You can't blame her on everything.
I can, Dane. Yeah, I can and I will.
Oh, man.
Hold on, I'm changing up my lighting here.
So moving down here, we have LA Campo 6 says, best used sports car under 45K that will hold the best value over a few years. Well, don't ask Dane.
You'll get way too many answers out of me.
He'll tell you a Miata.
I literally live and breathe like thinking this way, so I'm just gonna leave it alone, and you guys can.
It's gonna be easy. 2014 Toyota Camry. Pick them up for about 10 grand all day long. Get the Sport Edition. Get the 4-cylinder. What you want to look for though is a nicer, higher end V6 because you can get almost 300 horse out of that. The next great sports car, I'm gonna say, a current either 2011 to 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan RT.
God.
276 horsepower, ability to carry lots of people, stow and go seating, as well as leather trimmed seating surfaces with Alcantara in the centers and hand stitched edges in red. Quite lovely, really. And comfortable to boot.
What's interesting is he said used sports car, so that opens up a lot compared to a new sports car. But he's saying hold the value, so wherever it's at, presumably you want it to stay fairly close to that. Like I bought my Jag because it was already really depreciated from new, and now I can pick it up for cheaper than a Corvette. But in the case of cars, like if I'm talking collector stuff, I will actually talk seriously here now. I will say,
minivan, Dodge Grand Caravan. GT
a BMW,
RT stands for road and track.
Most BMWs will depreciate terribly. However, and you guys are going to hate this, the clown chute, the Z3 M Coupe, is actually very good at maintaining its value, especially with the later inline six, not the earlier. That maintains its value because it is unique and fairly rare, and especially like any pickup, it's going to hold its value. And there are people who love them. Now, the same goes for a Z4 M Coupe, which is much better looking car to normal people. I get it. But that also holds its value well. There are a number of those.
Ugly. Yep.
Oh, or you could buy an E46 and.
Oh, and it's already really depreciated too. I mean, they're sold for like 11 grand now if you're looking on Facebook.
So, that's a great deal.
But they're going back up.
The point is we're looking under 45K. If we're talking a 993 air-cooled Porsche 911, if you can find like a base Carrera or something, it's not an exciting car, but being air-cooled, it's going to hold its value really well also. Although that market's kind of, sorry, I'm taking it very seriously, but yeah.
Okay, well, like for example, an RX-7, right? If you can find an FD RX-7, those are going up substantially.
90s JDM cars specifically like that do hold their value now and are going up.
Well, and then an already appreciated sports car, right? Or already not appreciated, depreciated sports car that's not going to go down any lower would be a GTR, would be a newer GTR. And basically,
that's a good one. Yep.
I can't imagine that you're not going to be able to find an R35 GTR for under 30 grand. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Not unless it was in a wreck and has a rebuilt title or something.
I think an R35 GTR, well, you can get them for 40 grand now. You can find them used for 40 grand, right? I think if you can get in the 30s, right, with like under 60,000 miles, I think you have one freak of a deal. But I don't ever see them dipping below 30 because it's just too much car. It's so much car that I just can't imagine that.
There's certain cars you're looking for limited run in a lot of cases to hold value.
Great sports car, Dane.
Hyundai Elantra.
It's gonna grow faster than that. 454 SS pickup.
Oh, yeah, you're talking the early 90s Chevy truck. Yeah.
Yeah. Those you're not gonna be able to find one for under 10.
I mean, we're talking 45K, so that's actually a pretty big window on the used market.
Well, and you could get a nice one all the way up. You can get it on 20, 25,000. You get a really nice one.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people think, like they're excited. Like I get excited about a car that was once expensive that depreciated a lot, but it's kind of hit the bottom. Like my Jag isn't going to be worth a lot less 5-10 years from now than it is right now. I pretty much hit it at the bottom of the market.
A ZL1 Camaro.
Yeah, ZL1 Camaro is a good example, especially when you look at the 1LEs, which are the Aero package ones, stuff like that. Those hold their value too.
Well, you could pick one up under 45.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain point where you're looking for something that'll depreciate, but then stop and it's not going to move. Of course, anybody who's smart will just buy a Toyota Tacoma and sit on that, but there's always that option. That's not a sports car, though.
No, but a 4Runner would be the other option. You get it the right price like Anthony did.
Yeah,
he's not going to lose anything on that.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No. Tom Kirby says, off topic, but Levi, where did you install the Berea lights in the garage?
Well, let me show you here, Tom. If we're giving tours around the MOS HQ, let me turn off my virtual background here, and we will get this party started. All right. Well, as you can see, there's one of them. Here are two others. There's another. There are two more, and then another one, and then another one, and then I have two more mounted there.
You literally put them anywhere they'd fit, and it kind of works.
And I have, check out this sweet light switch that I have.
Oh my God, that's a,
And then I have
that's a
those.
light switch. All right.
So no, I've just put them. I ordered recently. I've ordered more because I'm going to replace the ones on the ceiling, and I'm going to redo the lighting a little better around. But yes, Dane, I did just put them wherever I could find a spot because what I was finding was I'd have dead spots in the paint of certain light. So
Yeah.
I've put them all in the areas that the overhead couldn't get to, so to speak. So
Yeah.
they are there for a purpose, even though they look very topsy-turvy, just thrown around.
Yeah.
They all have a specific spot when I'm sitting in a certain area of the car. So
hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it looks like you definitely we're trying to mimic the lighting setup at famous shops such as Topaz. And
yes, you're right. I wanted to bring that same ambience to the MOS HQ that I felt when walking into some of those really truly beautiful and spectacular shops. So
I can hardly tell the difference.
Do you have do you have a plant in there yet for oxygen?
That's an NVN move. So
no, I know. But here's what I do have for folks that are wondering. I have a filter, I have cat food, and my furnace is right here, as well as my circulation.
So you can heat up the cat food. So
preheated for Kitty. So, okay.
I also have a ceiling fan down here that I need to install upstairs.
Looks more like a floor fan to me.
Dane does quite a few ceiling fan installs. So
yeah, Dane, this is a identical ceiling fan to the one that I have in my master bedroom. It's a Hampton.
Don't you mean your Master of Shine bedroom?
Well, no, that's the actual bedroom that I sleep in. The garage is part of the MOS HQ. The bedroom areas are not part of the MOS HQ.
Well, it's got Master in the name. I'm pretty sure it gets annexed regardless.
Gates family household.
Well, Dane, there's a lot of things with Master in the name, but we're going to continue on.
True.
So we have Danny Israel says, Dane, how many weeks has it been since you've worn pants? #quarantine life.
If you were to say in a row,
Dane
unfortunately not that long. I'm
Dane is only wearing a t-shirt. He's PJs. Totally Winnie the Pooh in it right now.
I got plaid pants on. That's what I got.
Donald ducking it around the house. Got out of the tub, ran to the live stream, threw his hat on because his hair was wet, threw a t-shirt on, and he's
what you do.
Get this thing going. Yeah.
Yep. I had to wear jeans yesterday though, so not really that long.
Wearing PJs for most of the day, like the rest of us.
I had to go out in public yesterday, so.
Yep, and when we go into work, then we actually put our regular clothes on. So.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
All right, so Hans Closen says, I might be looking for a photo camera in the near future. Any of you have any tips on what I need to look out for? It will mostly be used for photos and maybe a few videos.
Anthony, you got to tell him. What do you use? Yeah.
Anthony just uses his phone.
I use Morgan. I'm gonna push you down. Yes. So basically, I think a great affordable camera is pretty much anything in the the Sony line. Whether you're getting in like the 6000 series cameras, so I think like the A6300 is a good camera, the 6500 is a good camera, both for photo and video, and they're pretty affordable. I think you can get them for around $500, which is pretty cool. I think that if you're trying to get more into like a DSLR style camera, like the Sony A7 II is really good. But what we use around the Rad company that we really like is we have some Lumix cameras that are also really affordable. There's a G7, G85. It's a lot of numbers, I know, but there's some good cameras within the Panasonic, the Sony line, and then Canon makes some good cameras too, but they're more photo oriented rather than video. Going down here, we have Clayton Williams says, got some Apple AirPod Pros for my birthday, but the left one likes to fall out. Can crystal sealant help hold it in better? Yeah, you could do that. You could just throw it in.
Careful.
Actually might fall out faster.
You might seal the actual like mic hole on it or something.
Dane, I hope that nobody would actually put crystal sealant in their ear.
I'm not taking that chance.
G. Davis says Dane's favorite K-pop star, oh my God, is Kim Jong the Illin.
No. No.
Yep. And then Chris Wise says, yep, that just happened. And then Hans says, Anthony, it sounds like Vermil. I might contact him for my order in the near future. You should.
Nice.
And Krista Thomas says, you can use bead maker on shower doors. And then we have Scoop Master says, water-based dressing on plastic fender well tend to be on the low duration side. What is a good long-lasting dressing for this part? Does not have to be water-based. If you're looking for the fender well, like the black fender well, you could try just to solution finish it as just a long-term solution. I mean, you're not going to really see how beautiful it's going to look, but I mean, it will do a good job and it will darken that for a long period of time. So I would try that. Hans Closen says, oh boy, GD in the house. I'm going in hiding. And then G says, I prefer shaved Parmesan.
Somehow I knew he was going to be a Parmesan guy.
Thank
you very much, he says. Oh, Hans Closen. Dane just died a little. Careful, he might start kicking. That's when Levi was deliberately saying wrong things about narrow body Miatas and causing me to have like a baby aneurysm or something.
Oh, that was so great.
It's hard, man.
Yeah. So I wanted to let everybody know this party's going to keep going. We're at 4 minutes or 4 o'clock, 4:41. We've got what, 19 minutes left of our live Q&A. After this, we're going to transition and head over to the Leader Zentrum page for a live broadcast there. You guys can just follow along. I'll be there with Ram and Lars and Terry from Australia.
You should drop a link to that in the comments for people so they can open another window.
I don't have the link for that.
Oh,
so
shoot.
Just follow my, if you guys can, go to my Facebook page.
There you go.
And I just posted the link for that. But Dane, I don't have that technology capability because I would have to sign into my Facebook account on my laptop, and I don't on this laptop for many reasons.
Fair. So maybe we just need Ram or Lars to pop into the comments and leave it.
I know, right? That's what we need to do. But basically, you just go to Leader Zentrum, the YouTube page, and the live video pop up there. So as you guys can see, I got Augie behind me here.
Keep
Andy,
the show rolling.
Anthony, have you swapped all your towels out yet for the eaglets to give the illusion of having bigger hands? Inquiring minds want to know.
That's amazing.
Oh,
it's sad because I'll fold out those 8x8 eaglets on a flat surface, and my hand still doesn't quite fill up the area that I was hoping. So unfortunate, but yes, that will be obviously a transition to make soon. Yeah. Oh. So G. Davis,
and then he starts Googling what's the national average towel size.
Dane, I am far beyond the national average in many areas, so we're going to continue on. G. Davis says, Hans, where are you hiding Luke Berge and his chicken? Oh, man. Clayton Williams says, foaming power cleaner, the IK Foam Pro 2, what is the best way to remove it without free-flowing water? I would just say basically fill it up with water, flip it over, and dump it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean,
that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
I was going to say yesterday when I was looking in the equipment room at the main building, I noticed John and Nick opening up closet doors, and then Nick was looking for something, and he found your rotisserie chicken machine, Dane,
lovely,
in one of the closets, and I literally said, "Oh, that's where Dane's rotisserie chicken machine went." And
I mean, you got to keep them warm, man.
I said it in passing, and your cousin Will, who works for us, flipped around and was like, "Wait, what? What is that? Why does he have a rotisserie chicken machine in there?" And then John and Nick, as I walked out, had to deal with explaining to Will that was not a rotisserie chicken machine. That was a server rack. And then
The server's
Will
just
wanted
there to
know-
keep him warm. That's all it's there
Will
for.
wanted to know why I would have said that it was a chicken rotisserie machine. So
This man's
it was
got
a
jokes.
It was a great time to be able to just drop a bomb and walk away, listening to the aftermath of it. But I
love that he
chuckling myself
believed you for a second.
as
there.
I walked out. Well, you know your cousin. He's very
Yeah.
literal.
He'll
is-
take
he
what you
is
said
like
as like,
you. He's-
okay, I guess that's what.
Yeah,
But see, that's what happens when you take advantage of people's trust.
I'm not taking advantage of anybody's trust. You know, the man with one eye in the land of the blind is king.
Oh boy.
So,
Well, and lacking
Hans,
depth perception.
G. Davis, not telling you, he would have find out I stole his blankie.
Oh.
If you were to describe the scent of Wowo's Quick Detailer, you would say it smells like.
Oh.
Well,
Well, actually,
Colby, we all know what it is.
Mhm.
The question is, what do you guys think it smells like?
yeah.
JWL Fuso Coat is a PTFE-based Japanese paint sealant that lasts 12 months in the real world when paint is properly prepped. Super easy to apply and extremely resilient. JWL, you are not wrong. Crystal Sealant is also a sprayable paint sealant that has a polymer resin in it that is extremely durable and lasts 12 months.
It held up well against
Danny-
chemical tests in particular.
Danny Israel says it's an LS Miata that burned up, which is true.
Oh.
No, he just wrote
Bummer.
LS Miata because he
Oh.
was adding his own letters to it.
Oh, well.
Clayton Williams, damn B. Carol Baskins. And Hans says his Levi is getting his beard breaded at the moment. And G. Davis says, which ATM are you referring to, Hans?
Oh, no. Gee, no. No,
Yep,
G,
that
no.
happened. I love it. I
In
love
his
it.
kit. Should be in his
What?
kit.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
And then G. Davis 2014 Camry is an excellent choice. G. Davis also a purveyor, a connoisseur of such 2014 Camrys. Hans Closen, what brush were you holding there, Anthony?
This is a electronics cleaning brush. Came with my
No, you
camera
can't even
kit.
see it. It's disappearing.
Yeah, it's like a small makeup brush. There you go.
Dan Pfeiffer says,
Um,
dang it, I'm late today. Hello, and
Aw.
word up from Dan in Minneapolis. Nice. Then G. Davis to Hans to G. Davis, since you're all famous now, it's at the moment.
Yes.
And then Lecomte, the GTR was my favorite answer. G. Davis says, I'm sorry, Hans. Scoop Master says, just buy a GMC Typhoon and forget about those sports cars. He's not wrong.
As far as trucks go, I'm down with the Typhoon and Cyclone. Sci-Ties are rad.
My ties?
Sci-Ties, Cyclones and Typhoons.
Hans says to G. Davis, open up. I need some money. Hans says, Hans, if you're open to adopting a few of my kids, I'm willing to write you a check.
That sounds
Hans
like you're
says-
paying for his children.
Hans says, G. Davis, well, he is. He's actually offering to sell his children to him.
Pretty sure that's not allowed.
Hey.
And then Hans says, I don't think they would like the cold, wet Dutch weather. That they might miss their mommy. Hans says, Augie, yeah.
At least he was
hugs."
realistic and said they wouldn't miss their dad.
Yeah. G. Davis says, is the color lock Q&A in German? Ich bin ein Berliner. It is not in German, but you can ask Lars questions in German. Hans says, nein, du bist kein Berliner. Kia Possessor, on payday, I'm getting some bead maker and quick detailer. Want to know what the hype is all about. Well,
Try
go
it,
for
man.
dude.
Try it out.
Vigor, hey guys, a review of Cremo body wash. I feel my skin becoming richer and darker. Very nice.
Moving in the right
Charcoal
direction.
infused. Great job, Joe. And then G. Davis, I just translated what I said. It means I'm a jelly donut. And then
Oh,
Han
boy.
says, well, then Google Translate must know you very well then. Ricky, hey, TRC family, joining late from PR, but I made it. Looking forward to a weekend of detailing the Cologne household fleet.
Glad to have
And
you
then-
here.
Good.
Clayton Williams, how to remove the foam off the surface of the car without free-flowing water. We already answered that. G. Davis says, somebody, please check on Bait Addict. I
Yeah,
think
where
he's figured
is
out
he?
that we know who he is, so he hasn't been showing up.
Or
he's
he got
scared.
an
He's
alt
trying to
account and he's
distract
here
us.
anyway, just as someone else.
Maybe.
If
Colby
that's
Garba,
you, Clayton
quick
Williams.
detail. Yeah. Colby Garbutt.
What a
says
normal
the Chris
name.
Taylor smells like unripe bananas. So rotten
Unripe,
bananas.
that's new.
That
Or
is not something
it-
I've heard.
Is it rotten bananas or is it just not ripe? Like
No,
a green banana?
unripe. He's talking like a green banana, which is weird because when you know
feel
what
like
it
those don't-
actually is, it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting though that you think that. So if it's true to you, then hey, it's your reality, man.
Dane.
Oh, Kirby Thompson, dead here. Catch all later, and thanks for the chat with all today. Levi, love the Barcelona red, and it is sweet with the bead maker in the sun. True.
You're right, it is. Gorgeous
Ricky.
color.
We got Ricky Cologne here again saying, since this is the fun half, thoughts on snagging either an E30 or an E36 non-M BMW for a cheap weekend car. Currently looking at a few options in the way sub 10K range. Oh yeah, you should easily be able to find a non-M version of either of those cars below 10. I mean, you can find like a close to 100K miles, maybe a little over version for like 3-4K when it comes to the E36s, if you depends on which model you get, but like 325s are a really solid car. But yeah,
E30s are
the newer they get, the more I
30s.
worry about electronics. I love E30s. They're great cars. So
Yeah,
solid
they're
and
pretty
simple,
timeless looking. Yeah.
mechanically fairly easy to do stuff with too. Yeah, E30 would be my move. All right, so we got Hans here at G Davis. Beta's bought by Luke. Oh no. Let's see. You guys seem funny and cool, says Salim. G Davis, I heard he's renting a timeshare with the paint corrector. Another name that I haven't heard in many years.
Oh man, good.
Ricky Cologne here. And I know old BMW and cheap don't belong in the same sentence, but bear with me. Now, it's true, BMWs are notorious for being kind of maintenance nightmares, but when you go back to like the pre-90s BMWs, they're fairly mechanically simple, at least on the lower models like the E30. You should be able to manage it yourself. I mean, there's tons of videos out there, people working on them on YouTube too, if you have any questions. It's how I learned to work on my Miata, and I feel like the E30 is kind of in that vein. All right, somebody want to get vigor here?
Morgan?
Everybody's quiet.
Oh,
no.
I'm just doing some work here.
Oh, no worries. I was giving everybody else a chance because I felt like I was dominating the convo. But
Trying to do the
anyway.
trying to get stuff sent over. So you guys in the comments, it won't let me post a link, so I can't post a link. So it says Leaders in Turum YouTube page to keep the live train rolling. So what do we got here? So
just drop the word down
Davis
into your
Bait
search.
is bought by Luke. Salim Adnan, you guys seem funny. G Davis rented timeshare, Ricky.
Yep.
And I know old BMWs cheap don't belong in the same sentence. Bigger. Hey Morgan, true story. I joined a gym once and the lady took me on a tour. We walked past the tanning beds. She looks at me and says, you probably won't be using these. No joke.
Dude.
That's hilarious. Like,
Dude.
you want to get tan too, brother? I know you do. G Davis, Dane, the Sioux Falls chapter of the G Davis fan club asked me to apologize for the new air fridge joke. Very
Beautiful.
nice of you.
Yeah.
It's really nice of you.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Oh.
The Sioux Falls chapter.
Oh.
And then Master Shine, again, guys, you can go to the Leader Zentrum, which is German for leather university, I think, or leather center. So that's where we're going to be doing it with the boys from Color Lock. And then Ricky Cologne, I think the restored 88 E30 325i is at the top of my list. I will probably be the one. That's nice, dude. That's a good little car.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking of when you were asking that question. Was picturing a late '80s E30 325 IS, great car.
Yeah, and then Han says, "Guess I'm doing an extra long YouTube Q&A. Better power up the other laptop and take some photos off my phone while watching TRC Q&A and the Leader Zentrum Q&A." Thanks,
Get to
buddy.
charging.
Yeah, Hans has been in the other lives that I've done with them, so
Good.
it's been fun to have him in there. Alkaline Trio, what shows are you guys watching right I've been rewatching Norseman because it's hilarious. That's just, it's so funny. I've started watching it again and I'm dying laughing because I'm catching stuff that I didn't catch the last time. One of my favorite scenes in it is when if you guys remember, when they find the map that they keep talking about, the map to the west, and when it's actually like revealed what the map is, it's like a child's drawing on the roll of leather. Like it's literally like an arrow, and it's like here, like Norheim, and then like west, and then it's just an arrow pointing like to that direction.
That
and
way.
then like
my arm just
and like a sea dragon, and like the whole season is plotted about getting this map, and then when they reveal it and show it, it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. So it's kind of like it's like Vikings meets The Office.
Yeah,
it's very funny, very hilarious. But that's what I've been watching.
What about you, Morgan?
I've been watching Criminal Minds like my life depends on it.
So you're still powering through like every season of that.
Yeah, but I'm on season 7 now. So I've made
are you going to run out anytime soon?
Hopefully not.
Oh, well. What about you, Anthony?
I've been watching this show called Dead to Me. It's on Netflix. It's about like a woman who like her husband dies in this horrific car crash, and she meets this group of people who are also widows or widowers, and basically it's like, I don't know, it's like a very dark humor, but it's like it's really, really funny. Like this girl's like there's a scene where they're kind of talking like, well, how do you get through this? What's your meditation look like? And she's like, oh, I meditate in my own way. And then it goes to a scene of her rocking out to like death metal. And it's like, I don't know how to describe it. You just have to see it. Just watch the trailer for Dead to Me. It's pretty good.
Man.
Nice.
And you know me, I'm juggling like 10 shows at once, but I powered through the Waco miniseries on a Netflix.
Yeah,
they just added that recently. It felt a little like
humanized.
Yeah,
they kind of humanized him, and I wasn't a big fan of
that. They really started to turn things as you get further into it, for sure. But at the same time, it was definitely like they were trying to upend expectations of what you would see, because they're like, oh, of course people are going to think it's one way, and they took some creative liberties with the realities of it. But for other shows, obviously I'm watching Westworld, The Plot Against America, also Ozark, got most of the way through Better Call Saul, although season 5 isn't on Netflix, so I'm holding off to watch the rest of that until something pops up there. And I'm watching Dave, that Lil Dicky, his show Dave on a Hulu also. But
the other ones I've
been up on that.
Nice. The other ones I've been watching is it's called I think Occupied or Occupation or anyway, it's on Netflix. It's a Norwegian show.
Okay.
And it's basically Norway decides to go with clean energy, and then the EU responds by allowing Russia to help them force Norway to restart their oil and gas production.
Oh.
And so Norway is pseudoly occupied by Russia. So it's kind of a cool,
interesting
suspense thriller kind of thing. So that's kind of fun. And then, like I said, we've been watching the other one I really liked that we watched a while ago was on HBO. And it was called The Beforeigners, and that is actually a really fun show, and it's Norwegian as well, because Carly and I are learning Norwegian. So,
I was gonna say, you really get yourselves into it.
We've been trying to listen to it a lot as we've been working on our practices and all that kind of stuff. So Lars is asking me, he's reminding me, hey, it's 5 o'clock. You need to get on the live. So guys, we're going to be moving back over. But Han says, Leather Center, Joe is asking what time right now. Get ready to move over. I'm going to go. You guys finish up. I'm going to hop over to the other live to get started.
Yes.
And let me make Tim the host, so that when I back out of this, it's not going to end it.
So, we don't want that.
That way you guys can have fun. Come see us in the other live. Let me put it back down here. There we go. Come see us at the other live, Leaders Entrum. And you guys can finish out the rest of these questions.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Levi. And everybody who's watching right now, as soon as you're done with this, make sure you jump over to where Levi's going. So just add the word into your search and you'll end up on that live. Any rate, as far as us, I said any rate, there's a drinking game for you. Because I saw the comment, yes. Alkaline Top Hat. Levi and Anthony just took a drink while Dane was talking. Is there a secret take a shot game around Daneisms? Well, everybody knows I'm really neurotic and I'll like over explain stuff or like get lost in details. And yeah, they kind of wait for something to happen and then they'll sippy sip. So yeah.
I think it's because we're getting ready to say something. I think because we're like, let's clear our throat before we jump into this.
Just make it happen. No, it's been fun, but we are at 5 o'clock, so this is where we start to wrap things up. Yeah, is there anything else people want to throw in the comments before we head out here, or are we pretty much wrapping things up? Just looking to see if anybody ties it up.
I also got to head out of here too, so I'm going to go jump over there. I'm going to grab something to eat really quick, and then I'm going to jump into the Leaders in Term podcast.
All right, people, get over there. And thank you for listening to this. And it was fun having Pan on, even if it was just for an hour. Obviously, based on our chat there, we definitely need to do another podcast with him. Get into like the in-depth talk about, production of products and design and all that stuff. Because that was a fun conversation. I really like to get into that more. So, all right. Until next time, guys, this is us saying adios.
See ya.